I think there's a chat option. I'll chat. Let's see.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
I guess my dogs are jacked up.
That's
Sorry.
okay. No, seriously. Dogs are fine.
My dog was like barking whenever he heard Raquel's voice.
How are you? I got through the how are yous with Tara. She worked today, as did I.
As did
normal
I.
day. Okay.
All
Welcome.
day.
It looks so pretty in Arizona. I'm a little bit jealous, even though it's beautiful weather here. I'm not gonna lie, it was like 90 degrees today. So
I know it's 90 degrees, but I'm wearing a hoodie because my house is freezing.
yeah. I was like down here. I'm like, it is freezing cold down here. So, but I like it that way.
Yeah, it's warm out here, but it is what it is, and I love it.
Okay. Well, Levi went to Ninja Warrior tonight. Did you do anything tonight after work? Michelle? Yeah.
Well, it's only 6:47 here, so I just basically got home and ate something, and so no.
Okay.
Answer is no.
Okay. I forget that sometimes.
It's okay. I mean, I put some dishes away.
That is something.
But no, I haven't done much yet at this moment.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming and chatting tonight. And I'm excited to hear about all the things that we like to volunteer to do. Because we're talking about volunteering tonight in that ladies' volunteer room. So
Hey, ladies.
No, but so yeah, so volunteering. And so first though, I mean, I know who you all are, but if you want to just share your first and last, or just first name or pseudonym. No, just yeah, I guess Tara, well, yeah, go ahead, Tara.
Well, I am Tara. Tara Monroe. And am I supposed to say something about myself? Like a
You
fun
can,
fact?
yeah, let's do that. Besides volunteering, because we're all here because we enjoy volunteering, so we know that, but we'll get more into that later. But yeah, what's something else about, you can share anything. I also, later on, after at the end too, I also want you to share what you both do for your day job too, if you would like to share that as well. So go ahead.
Okay. So I guess something interesting is I've always been a city girl. Love the city, but moved to the country in October of 2021. So like almost 2 years ago. And it's nice. It's quiet. It's peaceful. Like there's no roads really that you like hear highways or sirens or anything. So that's super nice. And it's just really peaceful. So it's fun, to be out here and be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do now that you're a city girl turned country girl?
Oh gosh. Favorite thing to do?
Or just one of the things you enjoy doing?
Oh gosh. I mean, some of them are controversial, so like shooting guns, but
Oh,
yeah, that's fun because you can literally just go out into your backyard and put a pop can on the top of the fence and try to shoot it. No, I like riding our four-wheelers. We got four-wheelers and that's fun. My 5-year-old son, Levi, which you guys know, he loves to ride his four-wheeler too. So
Nice. Nice. Yes. Well, I think that's awesome. And I think it's good that you enjoy that. And, like Salt and Pepper said, opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one. So
very true.
Very,
Michelle,
very,
would you
very
like to, on that note, we'll move along. Michelle, would you like to? Go
Well,
ahead.
I'm Michelle Marquis, and I'm just, I like turtles. No, but really, I enjoy all things outdoors. I enjoy hiking and yeah, all things outdoors. And I also enjoy shooting and playing with my dogs. And that's about the extent of my extracurricular activities.
Okay.
I also enjoy crafting though, too.
Yes. You're a really good painter. You have an artistic family, so I think you have that art side too. That's my
Yeah.
opinion, which
Well,
again doesn't matter. But
thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I can put colors on a canvas, that's for sure.
But okay, so on to volunteering. So I wanted to have y'all on to May was volunteer month, and so I wanted to kind of talk about that more, even though it's June and I'm always late to talking about things when they're happening. So here I am. But I like volunteering. I grew up volunteering at my church that I used to go to, and my mom did, so that's why, I don't know, I think that's where I got the kind of niche for it. And then also people like volunteered for our family, so we received gifts from people during hard times, during the holidays, with my mom being a single mom. So I really appreciated the things that other people did to volunteer or donate or give in the way that they could. So that's a little bit why I like to volunteer. And I volunteer at CASA. I've talked to you both a little bit about that. And I don't want to go too deep into it because I am not the spokesperson for they have pretty specific guidelines on that, just I think for the nature. But if you're interested, if anybody's interested, it is a child advocacy center. So they facilitate supervised visitations and drop off and pickups. They have parenting classes. So it's not just that there's so many ways to get help or to provide help. So it's CASA, and there will be a link to find out more information about that. So that's what I've been up to in terms of volunteering. And besides that, I like to volunteer at fun things too. So you don't just have to volunteer like super serious things. You can volunteer for fun things to get in for free and experience, different perspectives. So I've done like the Telluride Yoga Festival, Planet Comic-Con once, fight like races. So those are also just fun ways to volunteer and participate in something kind of different. But so that's kind of how I fulfill that need. And I don't know, I find when I'm volunteering, I worry less about my own issues. Even I'm more helps me to be more focused on what other people may be going through. So okay, I'll go back to you, Tara. I'll just keep going in the rotation. Tara, would you want to talk about how just why where you saw, if you grew up seeing volunteering in that way, what you really enjoy about it, and where you volunteer, and then if there's any, well, we'll do the other stuff at the end. So yeah, let's start there.
Okay, hopefully I don't forget. All right. Now, for volunteering, when I was younger, my mom did co-ops, and would take us as a kid, and she would, sometimes like do different things for the co-op that were, for free, like setting up, taking down, working the different tables. Honestly, I was a kid, so I don't know exactly what she did. But I did grow up seeing her doing that. And then as an adult, I do currently volunteer at Lawrence Humane Society. I've always had a passion for animals, and I used to want to be a veterinarian. I didn't go to vet school, and so now I'm like, well, the way I can give back and also be around animals is by volunteering, at the Humane Society. So they do lots of different events and things like that in the community. They have like a program where for people who need help, they give them like free pet food, free dog beds, cages, like all kinds of cool stuff. And so like people donate, and then they also then donate that back to people in the community in need. So there's just everything about what they do. It like just, I don't know, it has a spot in my heart because I love animals so much. So yeah, like volunteering and just being able to help and get them out of a kennel for a little bit and play with them, or just giving back, cleaning the kennels, anything you can do. Like it just for me it's gratifying. Like I feel like I'm doing something important for, like, sorry, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm doing something that makes me feel good. I don't know. It helps
No,
the
that makes
animals.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that totally makes sense for sure. And like you're caring for those animals in a way that might be, yes, they get interactions, but that's why the volunteers are so important, so they can have those meaningful interactions. Yeah,
It's huge for them. Like it's major that they have volunteers because they're busy trying to do adoptions, and they don't, like, volunteers do so many different things. They make enrichment for the dogs and cats, like they walk them, do potty breaks, all that stuff, clean up after them, give them new blankets, new toys, like, and that way then the actual staff can be doing the things they need to be doing for the shelter, because they just don't have, they could rely completely on donations. They're a nonprofit, so
right. That gives them time to do the actual running of the facility in terms of administrative things. And yeah, so much that goes into it. It runs just like any other business, even though it's a nonprofit. All those same pieces are in play. They've got the same responsibilities that I'm sure we see in our daily work, for the company we work for. So yeah, no, that's awesome. So like, do you see a lot of families that volunteer there, or is it mainly adults?
So as long as your child is over the age of 7, you can sign them up to volunteer with you. And so, yes, when I was there one day, there was a wife and husband and 3 kids. They were all like folding laundry and washing dishes. Cause I mean, you have to do all of that. There's dog bowls and cat bowls and you name it that has to be washed and cleaned, and the toys and all of that. So that was really neat to see. The whole family doing all of that.
Yeah. And the cool thing about the Humane Society is the one you're at is in Lawrence, but they are all over. So it's is it okay, this is gonna sound like a stupid question. Is it Midwest or nationwide organization?
So there are humane societies nationwide.
Nationwide. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
For me.
So, for you, Tara, are all the humane societies like a no-kill shelter, or is it just the one in Lawrence? Or
They are, and actually when I did my orientation, I found something out that I didn't know. Was that in order for a shelter to be considered a no-kill shelter, they have to have like it's a percentage so of euthanizations that they have to stay under monthly, because obviously they are going to have pets who come in there who are just so sick that they like need thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of care, and again they're nonprofit so they just can't afford to sorry, they can't afford to give them the care that they need, or it's just they're sometimes sometimes
No, it's okay.
they will try to get
And who is that? Who's
that's
talking?
that's my dog, Hunter.
Hunter, he wants your attention.
Hunter. He's a little 5-pound Yorkie. But oh yeah. So, and then there's also, of course, like pets that may not be able to be saved. So, they end up like they're at that point where they have to euthanize, or say that they are so behaviorally difficult, like they cannot get them to calm down from hurting themselves. There's dogs who, it's actually really stressful for animals to be in a shelter. It's really loud, lots of dogs barking, lots of commotion, people walking by. Like it's not a like peaceful environment. And so a lot of dogs and even cats can start harming themselves. And if it gets to that point, then sometimes they do have to euthanize for those reasons. But what they also do, and what I also do, is I foster dogs. And so they really try really hard to work with them behaviorally and themselves, but also they try to get fosters to take them out of the shelter, because they know that the dog or the cat is going to be fine once it gets out, most likely, but it's just going crazy in a kennel all day. So that's another thing that they do to try to like not have to go that route. So they'll put out like a message saying, we have a dog in urgent need of foster. So yeah.
Okay, so they just don't euthanize for no reason. It has to be in dire need, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and they have to stay under a certain percentage. And I mean, of course, they don't want to euthanize, but
it's humane at the same time.
Yeah.
So when you foster, what does that look like? Do you provide, oh, hi, Hunter. Do you provide, oh my God. Jack.
Sorry, I'm trying to get something. I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
I love it. I missed that pool.
I told her, I said, that looks so nice. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to figure out how to switch this around.
That's okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So, okay, while she's doing that, so when you foster, do you provide the food and things like that? How does that work out? So what does that look like?
So that's completely up to you. They will provide everything for you if you need it, so that animal can get out and get to a family and have less stress and be able to, like, basically when you are a foster, the goal is for you to help with giving them feedback as to like, this dog loves, to play with toys. They're really good at this. They need some work on this. And that way, then they can add that to their adoption profile. So when people come in and they're asking like, I want a dog or a cat that's like this, then they can go through their list and see like what animals they have that fit those needs. And then they'll make appointments. Like, so if you have a foster at your home, they'll call you and say, hey, we have a potential adopter. When are you available? Can you bring the dog back in so that they can meet them? But you then, are able to provide them updates with, oh, this dog is potty trained, this dog is crate trained, because they have no clue in the shelter. Like, and I mean, they intake strays all the time. So they have no idea about their, behavior outside of the shelter. But they will give you everything. They'll give you a kennel, toys, food, anything you need. But if you don't need that, then you can supply it. So it really just depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to be able to, help the Humane Society out by, if you're able to provide the food yourself and things like that, then you can.
Right. So far, those are two like awesome ways: volunteering, fostering. And then, I mean, for those folks who maybe don't have the time to foster or volunteer their time, I'm sure monetary donations are well accepted, right? I mean, you talked about medical care, so.
Yeah, so they have a Facebook page, Lawrence Humane Society is how you can find them on Facebook, but they also have a website of lawrencehumane.org. And they have options where you can donate, obviously money if you want to donate money, but you can also, they have like links to where on their website you can click their Amazon wish list, and then you can just go on, it takes you to Amazon. You see exactly what they're looking for, you can purchase it, and it ships it directly to them. So there's definitely different ways that you can do that. And you can also drop off, like if you live in, the Kansas City area or out here, you can drop off anytime at the Pet Resource Center. They have a table outside and you can literally just drop stuff off.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for hearing about that. And I love that you get to do that, because I didn't know that you wanted to be a veterinarian. And so that's what another thing I love about volunteering. You get to experience things, or I guess areas that you may want to be able to help in that maybe you never went to school for or fully explored. But there is so much need, I think, in every community. It doesn't matter what community you're in, there are needs. And so I love that you get to do that now. And honestly, I agree. Like when I drive, because I do it on Sundays, and so when I take my drive to Leavenworth, because I volunteer at the Leavenworth Casa, when I just take my drive on Sundays, like it feels so peaceful and just relaxing. I am getting away from the house, but I'm also like gonna really focus in on this specific area that I'm helping in, and that's it. That's my focus, So yeah, it's enjoyable. Michelle,
Yeah,
would you like to share about where you volunteer, and all the same questions, basically?
absolutely. So I grew up volunteering at my church location, the same as you, Raquel, but it was
yes, we volunteered together even.
we did. It was a place that provided food, clothes, hygiene products for people, and just found this place out here in Arizona, because I'm here in Arizona now. It's called the Harvest Compassion Center, and they also provide food, clothes, hygiene products for just any resident. Every 30 days you can come in, and that's really the only qualifications, is you just have to wait 30 days and they will provide you all those things. And it makes an impact in the community, especially, with the times the way they are, and, things being hard, just a little bit of food and some clothes, and also diapers, we provide diapers also, and wipes for families who bring their children, or if they are foster parents, you don't have to have your children with you, and there is not a quantity limit as there is if you are just coming in as a regular guest with not being a foster parent. And yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've been doing it now since 2018, and it's enjoyable, and I like it. You know, you just feel like you're making an impact in the community and helping people. And now we have several partnerships, like some local grocery stores. They will give us some of their like fresh foods, like salads and meals, like the ready meals that you can just throw in the oven or quickly prepare. We partnered with them, and so we're able to give those to guests too as well. And then we have a lot of people like Noble Bread, which is a bread company, who donates too. And we also have it's a beverage distribution place out here that they donate pallets, honestly, of drinks, so we can provide them different drinks that they may not be able to get when they go to the stores, but it's kind of just a fun product to be able to provide.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's
And
a
it's no
lot
cost.
like,
By the way, it's no cost, so they can come in, get food, clothes, hygiene products. Yeah.
and where do most of so I love that because it's really similar to what it was the outreach center in Kansas City, Missouri, and it operated for a long time, and it was exactly like that. And I remember a lot of the local companies and grocery stores would give us their excess, which I think is awesome because there's so much stuff out there. Like there's literally no reason why anybody should need anything. It's really crazy. But so it's good when these companies give to organizations like this, be like the one that you volunteer at, but where in terms of clothing and things like that, like do people, and even the other items, do they get most of their donations from in the community, I'm guessing?
So yes and no. Yes, for clothing, absolutely. Food, yes, and hygiene. So hygiene products and diapers are what we need the most of. And so when people donate clothes, we are super picky because we want our guests to have the best, and but we also partner with other companies who will take the clothes that we are going to recycle, and they're still good clothes. They use it for the buttons, the fabric, and things like that. And so we get cents per pound, and we're able to use that money to buy the hygiene products, the diapers, the food that we don't get as donations. But we have a lot of donations come in. We have a lot of people in the community, churches, businesses who do food drives and provide whatever it is that month. So like this month is June. So the product of the month for us right now is shampoo. And also we normally do backpacks for kids, but there's so many other community, facilities in the valley here in Arizona who do backpacks. So this year we're going to focus on giving kids water bottles, because that's a needed item for them in school, so they can have refillable water
an
bottles.
expensive one at that.
Yes, it is. And so we're doing that. And a lot of people, so we have this one of our drives is feed one, right? So basically you can donate $28 and that feeds a family for a month. And it's really helpful. And we have goals right now to get at least 100, or it could be 120, or sorry, 625 feed one sponsor people to do the feed one, which is $28 a month. And
Nice.
yes. It's just really helpful because I would say most of our guests are not homeless. They're just regular folks like you and me who just are, it's hard to buy groceries. It's hard to get their kids those clothes, and that's what we provide. Kind of like that gap.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a great gap because that is something that there's a term. I watched this documentary and it just said like the working homeless. So people that are working, but they're paycheck to paycheck, and they literally, if one bad thing goes, there is no food on the table.
Yeah.
So like if a tire goes flat, if anything happens, they are out and they can't afford something in their life that they need. So it's a big, and I think a lot of people are experiencing and do experience that that gap throughout our nation and even worse around the world, but that's a whole other podcast. So anyways.
Yeah, and it's cool because a lot of the people who are guests, they're also some of our biggest people who donate, because they can go through their house and gather the things that they're not using and pay that forward also. So it's like they're a guest and they're a donator at the same time, and it's it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Do they do you have to like sign up as a guest, or how does that work for them to be able to partake in?
You do. So you have to provide a photo ID and address verification just to show that you're at a residence. And or if you're home, if you're homeless, like it's not super strict, but that is our goals, or not our goals, but our requirement. Just provide a photo ID and verify residence, because on some things that they give, it's only going to be a certain amount per household rather than per person.
Yeah,
because we're limited too, need is high, donations are low right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I think, to me, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this specific podcast, because I think the need is high. And, even just, I think we all talked about our experiences growing up volunteering. So it's sad to say that this isn't a new thing, a new need, in any way. But if there's anything more in terms of, I see all of the organizations like having goals, fundraisers, drives, because sometimes when donations are low or things like that, it's nice to be able to have funds to lean back on to provide for whatever it is, whether it's medical supplies for, or medical care for an animal, or if it's, to get more of those hygiene products in place, or, for CASA, it's just to have, things available for the kids in terms of, same thing. They have a clothing and a food pantry, like for the community there, but also and so I think that if people can't give their time, and let's say you're somebody out there and you're single, whatever, you don't have kids, whatever, what better place to just find something. It doesn't have to even be these three organizations, but find somewhere to give, I think, is what I'm finding, is just if you can focus in on what you care about, or what you see as a need in your community. And I don't know, even if it's just money, that's okay. Money talks, I think. So
Yeah, and a lot of the places, like I know specifically are the organization I volunteer for, and I'm sure others, there's ways that you can give without actually affecting your pocketbook, like maybe, or just a little bit, like you can sign up to like do the roundup right, on Walmart.com, or we have a grocery store out here called Fry's. And if you sign in with your, your VIP or whatever your ID card, to get your rewards for this grocery store, they also will give to these organizations. And I'm sure it's like that everywhere. I know it is specifically for Arizona, and the organization that I volunteer for, you can do the roundup. And they used to do the Amazon Smile, but I guess Amazon does not do that anymore. So that's unfortunate, but there's other ways to do it too without, significantly affecting your pocketbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gas station in Lawrence, and hey, everybody needs gas, right? There's a BP right now that they, for every gallon you get at that gas station, they're donating back to Lawrence Humane. So they do that stuff too. All in the community here to support, and it'll be on their Facebook page, like, hey, this is going on right now. There was one for Chipotle, so we ran and got Chipotle one night because they were doing something where they were giving back from the Lawrence Chipotle if you went and purchased a meal. So it is really cool.
I love that tip, because my mind always, I'm like, come on, I know there's people out there with like a pocketbook, like let's do this. But you're right, like that's because when I go to Walmart, sometimes I think you just say no, but maybe stop and read and see if it's something that actually does affect your local community. And even just one, even if it's just seeing if there are any gas stations in your area doing anything like that, just keeping your awareness about those things, so you can give in those small ways too. Yeah, because for the gas station, it's not even extra out of your pocketbook. They're just donating. You're getting gas anyways.
Yeah, you have to, right? If you drive a car. Yeah.
And that's how it is with our grocery store out here. You just attach it to your rewards card thing. And so every time you put your rewards card number in, it goes towards, basically you have to, sign up for it, but it goes towards that organization. And they have a lot more than the one that I volunteer at, but that's the one I chose to give to. And another thing I wanted to mention about the place I volunteer is every month we give quite a bit of Christmas gifts out, which is very helpful for parents. We're giving them like high quality items. And so we're always taking donations all year round for that. And it's only brand new toys. And it just, it makes a huge impact and puts a smile on kids' face that may not get it. And I can relate to that too, because there was times growing up with one of 5 children where we, our church did that for us. And it was really the only thing we had for Christmas.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
experienced the same thing, Michelle. That's from the same exact stocking, we had, and they were all brand new toys, and they were bought by people from within our church mostly. I'm sure there were people outside that church, the church that donated too, but and so just to know that these things were handpicked, and then you were thought of because it was your name, it was given to your family, and just because our parents would write down like our age, our sizes, like, and a little bit of like our person, like what you liked, things like that. And every year it was really, that we, got that. It always felt really special. Everything was new. And so I love that too, that you mentioned about the clothes, because I think that is so important. And again, we have such a surplus of clothing, in this country, that there's just no reason why anybody can't just get something that is, slightly better than something that has holes in it or that has stains, so I remember what it was like going to school. And if I don't want to sit here and pretend that anything's really changed in that realm either, because I have 2 kids, and I know you have kids, and you're an aunt, Michelle, and we know kids can still be cruel based off of whatever be going on in their home life, but still it is the thing. Kids,
Probably
so
worse
the last
now.
thing you want to do is send your kid with something with stains on it or holes or
Right. And it's just like, it's crazy that you have to think that way. Like, oh my gosh, that has a stain on it. He can't wear that anymore. Like,
yeah.
but it's true because kids are mean.
Unless you're like
Yeah.
my son and you're literally, and he's just literally like, I give 0 and he will make sure kids know that too. So
You know what? Good for him, though.
Good for him, seriously. Because
because
yeah.
sometimes I'm like, do you want to do something? He's like, no, mom, like this is, he told my mom one day, it's not picture day.
You know what? Kudos to that kid. Kudos to your
Seriously.
son. And
But still, regardless, he still cares about some things though, because of other kids. So he may not care
Yeah.
about that, but there's other things he cares about. And so it is important, I think, it's just dignity,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? So, well,
Yeah.
okay. So you talked about the water bottle drive that's currently going on right now. So, and then I'll post all those links. Go ahead.
Well, I was saying we also have an Amazon link wish list too, where you can go and it gives you the water bottles, the food, like the product of the month right now. Like I said, is I don't know if I said it, but it's shampoo and conditioner, right? So
Okay.
it gives all of those things on the Amazon wish list. And yes, and then it just ships it right to the organization.
Awesome. And Tara, you said that the Humane Society also has a Amazon wish list.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. I love that. That makes it so simple.
Right.
Yes.
So, and okay, and then so we got a little bit more time here. So besides, I love that we volunteer and all that, and that is it's super fulfilling. And so I love that. I'm gonna post all the links for anybody interested in anything we talked about tonight to explore more. But one thing that I love is that hi, Jack. Is I love buying my athletic wear from Tara. And so you want to talk a little bit about what you do besides volunteering?
Okay. Oh goodness. So I full-time work for Solio Health. I am a regional manager for our patient access department. We handle intake of patients who need home infusions for critically ill. So they have, severe or chronic illnesses and they need home infusion. So we verify their insurance benefits. We get prior authorization for them through their insurance by working with their doctor's office. And then we quote them their copay, their out of pocket. And then we have nurses all across the country that go into their home and infuse the medication. So that is my day job. That was a lot to say. I don't know if I got it all out right.
Sounds legit.
Right. Yes. And then I also do I sell Zyia activewear. So we have activewear for men, women, kids, accessories. And it's not just activewear, in my opinion. I mean, we've got hoodies, bras, shorts, tanks, leggings, joggers, like pajama loungewear. So you name it, I've got it.
Yes,
My
and
Zyia.
you can always dress it up.
You
They have
name it, I've got
sweaters.
it.
I actually have a pair of Zyia shorts on right now, and they're so comfortable. I want to say all of the Zyia products are extremely comfortable. Extremely comfortable.
Yes. Yeah. So myzyia.com/Tara Monroe. No.
I'll put that link there too. So
Yes.
and Michelle, go ahead. Share about your business.
Well, thank you. I just for my day job and my only job, I work for Quick Trip Corporation and I am the fleet account manager. And so I help provide businesses with credit cards that provide tracking control for their business fuel expenses. And you can apply online at quicktripfleetoffers.com/Michelle if you are a business looking have tracking and control for your fuel expenses. And it also you will earn a rebate on gallons that you purchase at QT.
Woo-hoo.
And
And
you'll
Quick
get
Trip is the
coupons.
best gas station. So.
It just
In Amer-
is.
In
It
America.
just is.
In America, right? Can we just agree to that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I've been there a long time, and they are.
Yeah, how long have you been there, Michelle? This is wild because like you're the only person I know my age who's been somewhere like this long. Dedication.
So it is 21 years and 8 months.
Woo! That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I also, that's it. But, but I'm a strong supporter of Zyia. Like I'm telling you, the money for the price, the quality is worth it. Like Lululemon has, or I shouldn't say
I'll
that,
bleep
but
it out. I'll bleep it out. And then also, okay, what I will say is that fine.
I'm just saying, if you want to look cute and get that tummy sucked in, Zyia activewear. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
But also I did do some research because I'm that bitch that does that. And they actually use the same overseas boutiques as some of those very big name retailers that have really strong ethical codes. So just throwing that out there in case you're
Mhm.
worried because it's an MLM. I get that. Like I totally understand that. But it is what it is. And in this economy, I mean, it's cheaper.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
And they
Anyway.
always have like sales. Like, can you beat the sales? No, you can't. Like,
No.
just
Right.
out there.
And if you have a party, I'll
And
get
on
you some
that
rewards.
note, too, if you're
Oh my
not
gosh,
getting,
the rewards, yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. If
But
that's-
also, if you're not getting activewear, because I am a little bit weird about my activewear, just because I do sweat a lot in it. But if push came to shove and I had to only do reuse, I would. But like, if you're not getting activewear or athleisure wear that you can wear to the office or lounge in, thrift stores too are awesome. And that's become my new, like, basically it's you or thrift stores at this point in my life right now. Like,
And
so.
I'm just saying, I think both Tara and Raquel can tell you how to wear the Zyia activewear, because I know Tara has really shown me how to dress up my stuff. So
Aw.
it's so versatile. But yes, thrift stores are good too. Also,
Yeah. We also grew up going to thrift stores. That was fun.
girl, I mean, yes.
Yeah. But well, I just want to say thank you so much. This was so much fun. And it was something totally different that I've ever done with you ladies, because we've done so many things in our lives together. And so I just want to say thank you so much, because I really appreciate you coming on and talking. And I forgot to ask my last guest this, but I have to ask you all this. This is the last question. But when you, Tara and Michelle, when you were like 11, 12, like, what did you, usually it's like, what did you see yourself being, but not career wise, just like what kind of woman, what kind of person did you see yourself being when you were older in that pubescent stage? Go ahead, Tara.
Oh gosh. So I'm trying to think. If I remember right, like I'm trying to remember, and this is gonna sound funny, but when my older sister had kids, because I wanted kids of my own until I watched my older sister's third child be born. And from that point on, I was like, never mind, I'm good. And that's terrible, right? Like it scarred me. I obviously have a child now, so that it didn't scar me for life. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. We're 10 years apart, and I think, oh my goodness.
But it
Oh.
sounds like that played a pretty big part in your life, because I know from when I knew you, you were a lot like Michelle, like you made sure.
Okay.
Like, so
Yeah.
no, like I
Right.
think that totally that doesn't sound weird, because it totally, like, I totally can see that you just saw yourself without kids. That's it.
Yeah, I did. And I
For
was
a
like,
while,
I'm gonna get married, and I was
For a
like,
while,
I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna, be successful in my
Yeah.
career. Like, I'm gonna, dedicate myself. Like, I knew that my parents struggled as a kid, and that I did not want that. Like, I wanted to be able to do what I wanted when I wanted and not worry. And like, because my parents, like, I would hear them, talking about things when I was younger and struggling with money and all those things. Like, I knew I didn't want that. And so, yeah, I knew I wanted to get married, and I wanted to, work hard and be successful. And I didn't want to have kids. I wanted to for sure have dogs. But yeah, that changed. And so yeah, my husband and I have been married, gosh, 2009. When was what is
Yeah, it
that,
would have
like
been 2009. Yeah.
14 years ago? Yeah, we've been married 14 years on June 20th, actually. But anyways, and we've been together for 15 years. So yeah, 5 years ago. Well, actually, I guess it would have been
Journey.
longer than that. Like 6.5 years ago, journey changed, and we were like, you know what? If it happens, it happens, and it happened.
Hashtag
now
biology.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I wouldn't trade him for the world. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that makes a lot of sense because you've always been super focused. And so I love that you had that clarity and you stuck with it. So that it does, I think, share a lot about you and who you've become. And you're still that focused, awesome person. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Michelle, what did you, and I don't know if I've ever actually asked you this question, which is weird because we've known each other our whole lives, but
I know. So I always wanted to help people, but I'm very similar to Tara. I wanted to be able to buy what I wanted when I wanted. I didn't want to struggle because, I saw my parents struggle. I did want to help people, but I learned, just saying this for kids out there, you can go to a trade school and make more than going to college, by the way. But I decided to stick with my quick trip job, and just work really hard. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, like, side ambitions, I wanted to be a detective, right? And
Yes.
but I grew up having to buy my own things, and if I wanted what I wanted, I had to purchase it myself. So, and I don't have children. I guess my biggest goal was to be independent and work, own my own car, and
Right.
that is
IND.
yes, I was saying that was my theme song, and it's like if I didn't have what it took, it just meant I had to work a little bit harder. And I'll just say persistence and determination in life is going to get you anywhere and everywhere you want to go.
That's right. Yeah.
And hard work.
I don't know if you know this one, Tara, but we can end on I love you ladies so much. It's late and thank you so much. But did you ever watch Sister Act, Tara?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know I can.
I know I can be
what I want to be if I work hard. Okay,
yeah.
Obviously not orchestrated at all.
No, but I just think too many people don't understand that you can get what you want. You just have to work for it. It's not unattainable.
And you have to
true. It's true. I don't have a college degree.
Yeah,
I
neither
don't.
do I. Neither do I. So, and we're out here. So.
And determination and hard work, you got it.
Yeah. But if you want to be a doctor, please go to school and don't do that. Please. What that one kid did that I just watched a documentary about. So
I agree. No. I agree. Or an esthetician, go get certified so you know what you're doing when you're injecting my face.
Yeah.
Or my eyelashes. Let's get certified. But all the other things, like, we'll just throw this out there. We really need plumbers, HVAC, garage door people. We need all those.
Yes, we do.
And you can make a lot of money. Okay. All right. I'm getting started. Love you, girls. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
all
you.
Right. Love you guys.
Okay. Love you too. Bye.